You know what? I might as well just keep it on this one. Um, Fuck it. Welcome in when y'all get in though. I'm just doing some casual stuff. Actually, I do that. But welcome in when y'all get in. Hopefully we're feeling blessed, highly favored. Um, I've honestly just woke up from a nap and I had a wild ass dream and it literally just reminded me of so much. A lot of it I can't really talk about. I'm gonna need time and talk about it. But the basis of it all is it's all a dream. You can wake up when you want to. Um, I had a dream. And it was really funny because I wasn't scared. It was called a nightmare. It was supposed to be a nightmare, and basically, I ended up having a dream of like everyone I've ever seen, bumped into, anything. And it was like there were a bunch of famous streamers that I used to watch. There were people I used to talk to from my high school, like my friends and stuff. There were people, just anyone that made a difference or an impact, like in my life to determine what I was gonna do or how I was gonna move. And in the dream, I think it was like some old man and someone that I didn't even really know. So this could have been someone you met recently, but I didn't know this person at all. And they almost they almost got the ass beat by someone, but they were holding on to me. And I turned around and I talked to one of the streamers that I was in the video in the dream video. Might have been a video. I don't know at this point. But I talked to one of the people, uh, and I was like, man, niggas always be using me for some dog shit. Like, it's like, yeah, I was like, you know how people got life alert? Niggas just need to get themselves a Zahara. Like, I feel like I'm one of those things. You just, it don't fuck a bodyguard, just get you Zahara. That's how I was talking to someone. And they thought it was funny. Um, and then the same dude almost got stabbed with like, what the fuck is that thing? It's the thing that Donatello from Ninja Turtles uses, the Triforked thing. I don't remember what it's called. But he almost got stabbed by one of those. So the dude I was talking to took it from him. And I was like, hey, thanks for letting me come over. I really enjoy it. Blah blah blah. Just giving gratitude. So a bunch of people had to leave after that. There's a huge bus. This bus probably could have fit 80 damn people on it. It was a huge bus. And people were loading in. Uh, and it was so weird because everyone they were going. I don't even know where I was, but people are like, okay, everyone has to go back to Lexington. I'm in Lexington, so I'm thinking, what the hell? I thought I was like, you're going back to Lexington. Everyone's going back to Lexington. Okay. I didn't really get time to look up the names of these places. I don't really have. I just wanted to. I just woke up and got told to do this, but um, yeah. Sorry. Excuse me. Anyway, people got on the bus. There was like a big gymnasium. People were leaving, but like someone walked up to me. Their name was Shane, and they were with like a group of people of like their name was Paul and another one was Dylan. I'm just gonna say the names. I don't care. I don't care. And Shane walks up to me and they're like, um, "Aren't you sad?" I said, "Why would I be sad?" He goes, Pooh Shiesty and I think it was Nicki Minaj got locked up. And I just started jumping up and down. Like I got so excited. I jumped like 12 feet in the damn air. I got so excited. I was like, dude, I called that out in like 2020, and I have video proof. I have video proof, and I replayed a video, and it was talking about. It was like, yeah, Pooh Shiesty and them are they gonna get locked up for real? And it was just kind of funny. Um, but the after that happened, the person who was driving the bus, their name was Gary. They jumped out of the driver's seat, went in the back, and another woman named Heather jumped in the seat. And then someone tried to hop in the driver's seat, but ended up having to walk behind the driver's seat to go to the back of the bus. And she said, "Why do you get to drive, you normally sized person?" And I was like, "Did y'all hear what she said?" And they got mad. They got really pissed off. And I was like, she got mad at someone calling her a normally sized person. That's crazy. So I'm I'm walking into this big mansion after that because that's where I was heading to. And and Dylan walks up behind me to walk into the building, and he's like, I don't know if you can pop over, but they're about to begin some big event, so I don't think you can be here." Um, but anyway, um, but if you don't even know, Pushaishi is an actual person that is in legal issues right now. I don't know if y'all didn't know that or not. That's not like a joke. That's not like a fake name. All the things I'm telling you are like actual people. It's not like I'm just saying these words, and these are like actual things. You can go look them up. Um, but uh, I I walked in the big mansion, and there are a bunch of people that I had recently stopped talking to down there, and they were all talking like Ron's looking for everyone. I said, "Oh, Ronaldo," and he was like, "Yeah, we can't drink Sprite or Pepsi," and they said it's college rules. We're getting drunk tonight, and I was like, "Oh, dog, I can't get drunk. I don't have a gallbladder. I'll get fucked up." And they looked at me with concern and was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "Yeah, like, I lifted up my shirt. I still have the scars. I'm not gonna lift up my shirt and show you the scars, but I showed the scars and they were all in the same position. And then even the one on my belly button, I was like, yeah, I literally don't have a gallbladder, so I can't be drinking that much. It's like it's the one thing that helps funnel that shit out. And I'll drink. I'm not a pussy, but I'm not gonna drink a lot." And at that moment, two people came up behind me when on the couch I was sitting at. They weren't like behind me, but they were like a distant behind me. And someone else walks in the room and sits across from me, and I literally just hear, you know, like I hear a bunch of people whispering, and then a vision comes to me, and it's like, this is a satanic ritual that you're in, by the way. And then they said, but don't worry, you can wake up whenever you want. It's just a dream. And I sat back. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's just a dream. And I didn't give a fuck. Like I was just sitting there, just chilling, seeing what's gonna happen. They round everyone up that like was supposed to like be there, and everyone just kind of gets ready. And right before they start speaking, I wake up. Like I'm like, "Oh, I know that streamer. Thank you for being part of my life during this time. You really helped me out." And then I was like, "I usually don't watch YouTube, but like, do you all used to pop up on like my Instagram reels and shit? So I used to watch you there." And then I just woke up. But when I woke up, the biggest thing that I heard is like, you need to tell them to wake up. So this is a message to those that are still stuck in like the dilemma, the cycle, the game of the whole magic stuff. Um, though it's reality, it's also just a dream, and you can wake up. And you're like, well, how do I wake up? Stop focusing on it. Just remember that you're in a dream. Remember that things around you in the bigger scheme aren't going to be what you desire because it's your dream. Not every dream is going to be beautiful. Not every aspect of the dream you're going to enjoy. but it's just a dream. Wake up. Stop focusing on that. And that's just what heavily was coming to mind. Like, there's a lot of people still stuck in these like dilemmas, still stuck in these delays of like, oh, I wish I had this support, or I wish that blah blah blah, and no one can save you because you keep putting up those barriers. You keep saying, I wish this, I wish that. But what are you actually doing for that wish to come true? It's like you can walk up to a genie and ask for a horse, and they'll give you a horse. What are you going to do with that horse? You know, you made a wish to create a living thing. It's going to die. You don't know when, but it's going to die. It's going to wake up out of its own delusion and leave the wish that you made it live. So you need to remember that life is just a dream. And if you're still stuck in a nightmare, it's because you aren't awake. Well, you are awake. You are not woke. A means not in the English language. So you saying I'm awake, yeah, you definitely are not. You are definitely not awake. You have not woke at all. You are very much eyes closed still. Yeah, very, very, very true. And again, it's about the words you're using too, and everything of that matter. But a lot of people need to stop making enemies in your own mind. Stop making enemies within your own gut. Stop saying that everyone. Who the hell is this everyone? Or you say they. Who is this they? Can you pinpoint it? Can you find out who they are? But that's half the puzzle. You find out who they are, and you say the government. Who's controlling your mind then? The three-letter agencies. Who in the three-letter agency is attacking you? Can you not figure that out? If you can't, then it's a dream. You need to wake up from it. Because dreams are the only thing in this world, in this existence, that are always going to be fuzzy. That's why you have dreams and visions. There's difference in them. But in your dreams, they're only recognized because of how fuzzy they are. So if you don't have, and you might be, that's who I'm trying to figure out. Why are you so attached to that and not attached to your freedom? Because I want justice. No, you don't want justice. You want control over someone else. I want to call justice on them. No, you want to have their name so you can have control over them. You don't want to be free. You just want to dominate someone. Why? This is your dream. You can free yourself whenever you want. And like, y'all don't think like that. A lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people are still stuck with the no, it has to be this way. Well, it doesn't. But since you insist, it will. Since you insist that it has to, or since you insist that there's no support around you, then there's none. Oh, God, why does God do this? He doesn't, but since you insist, he does. So that means God hates you now. Based off your logic, why is God letting this happen to me? Oh, because he hates you. But those are answers that people don't want. But that's the answer to your question in that mind state, in that dream. So you need to wake up. Whoever this is to, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to see that like it's you? It has always been you. Because without you, it wouldn't be there. And again, this is like that pill that people don't want to swallow. The thing that keeps people from moving forward on their journey. It's the thing that keeps them from even receiving any answers that they would believe that they like. And they would become a lie because they don't like the answer. They just would lay down and accept it because it is something that gives them a reason to hold on to whatever, or it gives them a distraction point or whatever. But it's important to just take your control back. So when are you going to wake up? When are you stop going to be a nightmare to yourself? is the biggest question of all, and that's up for you to answer because no one can save you from your own nightmare, your own disaster at all. Um, and you can keep it like loosey headed and say like, oh yeah, we're all the dreamer and blah blah blah. Yeah, but y'all are awful dreamers then. Y'all are like fucking Monsters Inc. type dreamers, bro. You just sit around with you're your own monster in the closet for real, half of you. And it's like, when are you gonna break that cycle? Because then you start asking the question with like readers and stuff. Oh, when are readers gonna stop picking up on this? Or I feel so sorry for you. You have to pick up on all this stuff. Yeah, it's because of you, and you know it, but you're not changing it. Like, oh, then I'll just stop watching you then and watch someone else. That's not gonna solve your issue. You're just gonna take your issues to someone else. Why haven't you stood up yet? And you're like, well, I can't. I've almost lost my life. You've almost. It's not like you did. You're still here. You're still moving around, breathing. So why are you still scared? And this has come from someone that's died 5 times, and I'm still here. I've had 5 near-death experiences from the age of literally 7 up till now. So you're talking to someone with major experience in this. I'm not just saying things. I'm telling you. Why are you so scared? If it was your time, you would have been gone. But you signed up for that experience. That's part of your dream. I've always dreamed about blah blah blah. Okay, go here and we'll have that experience for you. What's that movie? Is that a movie? I think that is a movie where they like. Is that a movie? I don't remember because I really don't know if it's a movie or not. It just feels like a movie. But um, you could say like Sword Art Online, for instance. Oh, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Okay, and it's like you don't realize that though. You're not gonna die in real life if you're dying in this game because you never lived if you were playing the game. Remember, you were in a your fucking like cryostasis tube in that anime. You weren't living day to day life. These kids had school. They just stayed in that tube all damn day. So you're not living. You're already dead. You just don't want to accept it until something painful happens, and then you get panicked because oh my god. But you only get panicked because you forgot you're still living. You're still around here moving. You're still around here doing things. But what in you is keeping you in that state of, oh, um, it's all a dream? Well, it's not a dream, it's real. It's too real. Well, it's only as real as you make it. And a reel is just a movie, just a scene of a movie, really, just a little tiny clip of a movie. There are thousands of reels within one movie. So why are you watching the same part over and over again? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why are you, as the conductor or the transmitter, still transmitting the same thing? Why haven't you allowed someone else to change your dial? Why do you still want to relive that? Why are you so stuck on reliving trauma that doesn't actually help you at all? Like, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I'm gonna be pulling cards or not. I have them, and I definitely could, but it's like, why would I need to? Why would I need to pull a card to lighten a message that can't be lightened? Why would I try to do surgery with a dull knife or a dull scalpel? That doesn't make any sense. So, of course, it's sharp. Of course, it's painful because there's no numbing agent. You can only numb yourself so much. And it's like, you have to look at yourself and ask, when will I truly stand up? When will I truly get and move? When will I truly start to live again? And that's up to you in your dream. You have to create that. And you might not know how to, but you also created everything around you. You just have to remember you got into a flow, you got into some form of current that you were being charged with and that you were giving out pulses with. So all you have to do is find something new to plug yourself into. That's all. But you're reluctant to, and that's what you got to figure out, why you're reluctant to do it. Why you can't, you know? And I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about this. I've talked to people that can give you straight up names of government agency workers that have tried to kill them, and gangs and stuff, and members of those gangs that have tried to kill them and stuff. And they've looked at those people in the eyes in that same life, in this same life, and have befriended them and shown them like, yeah, you can't do this. You know, you glorify yourself with these labels, but then you don't act like. I've never seen an angel cower in fear. I've seen demons cower in fear, but I've never seen an angel go, "Oh my god, I can't do this." I've never. That's like demon activity. So again, y'all want to call yourself earth angels. Well, earth angels are angels that are on earth. Where did the angels fall to? Earth. So yeah, you're a demon. You just don't realize it yet. You need to wake up and take that cloak off. If you can. If you are what you say you are, then you would be able to remove it. Maybe you're just afraid and staying in a dream because you are yourself a demon and you can't wake up from that cycle. However, it is, when will you wake up? When will you see what you've attached yourself to, and how what you've attached yourself to has really affected you? You know what I mean? When will you stop playing the game of ignorance? When will you stop allowing Cain to rule your life? And again, like, that's up to you. That is into you. That is up to you. That is of you. When of you, how of you, where of you, you know, reason of you. It is the reason of you for sure. But you have to make that first decision. No one else can. And a lot of you think it's like, oh, does that mean I have to get up and do this, that, and the other? Like, maybe. Again, I don't know. I'm not in your dream. I'm so far detached from the dream that I see what it is. I've actualized it. It's not something that I'm gonna just sit around and ignore for myself. And for those that truly want to move and heal, it's like you have to ask yourself, when will I, as the dreamer, wake up? What am I stuck in? And then people want to go, oh, the Matrix and blah blah blah, choose the pill. Sure, but it goes beyond that. So when are you gonna stop replaying that in your mind? Because all the Matrix taught you was not, don't wake people up, believe in yourself, and you know what's gonna happen. The Oracle. You already know. I can't tell you anything that you don't fucking know. You already know it. You just need someone else to tell you it to wake you up. You got your Agent Smiths that was woke up. What the fuck are you waking people up that don't want to be waking up for? You know what I mean? So when are you gonna choose yourself to move from that position? When are you going to stop seeing things as fully mystical? Because even the mystics knew that there was a grounding agent that kept things in a mystery, or kept things in my story, the story of your life, the story of you. So when are you going to pick up your pen? When are you going to stop making excuses? Well, other people are doing this, and other people in the world are doing other things too. Do you know how many people actually like slander stuff all the time? It's a lot of people. Don't you remember in like 2020 cancel culture? People losing their careers literally overnight because of cancel culture, but how they still kept doing, they still doing their thing. So why are you getting beat down by like a testing program of where you're gonna be or where you've been wanting to be? That's all up to you, and you have to be the one to do that surgery on yourself. You know, your Reiki healers, your readers and whatever, we can only give you a distraction point. We can only give you as much as you can receive. We can't solve it for you, no matter what. We can show you, we can cause buffers, we can redirect, but we can't solve what you have. Only you can. You know, I'm nothing. I'm just here. I'm just here saying some words, showing you pictures. Like here, the world, I can show you the world. I can show you the Ten of Swords. And then I can show you the Three of Pentacles, right? And then that just equates to everything that I'm talking about, right? I can show you that. I can show you these magic tricks. I can show you these things that not even I can fully explain, other than this is what I'm talking about, and my reality is a reflection of what I want it to be. That's all I can do. Like, again, I can show you the Ten of Swords and then Judgment inverted, and that in itself explains the whole card of Ten of Swords. You know, I can do that all day. I can show you the Magician inverted and the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups upright. I can show you any card. I can show you the Sun. I can show you the Nine of Pentacles. I can show you the Three of Pentacles. I can show you the Devil inverted, the Sun, the Moon. What does that actually tell you, though? What is that actually allowing you to do? What is that going to progress you towards? You know? And that's all I can ask. That's all I can say. And that's all I can do. It is up to you all to do the work for yourself. So yeah, we're here to help each other out, but there's a level of it that I literally can't do anything on. There's a level of it where you have to do that work yourself. And, you know, a lot of readers, oh my God, about 99.9% of those motherfuckers don't really do their job. They're reading for sure, but what chapter are they on? What are they reading? You know, a love story, a story of a lesson, a childhood story. What are they reading? And how is that reading really? What is it doing for you? Is it spending time, or is it educating? Because when you read something you're supposed to learn, what are you learning? Are you learning anything of how to benefit, or are you still stuck in the paradigm of seeing, or just seeing, not even sight, just seeing? Because sight involves all your senses. Sight, you can see with your hands, you can see with your taste, you can have sight with your smell, but you use your eyes for seeing, for always. It's about sight. So I'll pull a few cards I'm feeling, but I really just want to pop in and say this because it's just something interesting to think about. It's just something that needs to be said, because a lot of people say repetition is key, but repetition is the key. The key keeps getting handed to people, but who's actually taking it? We have the Ten of Pentacles inverted and the Ace of Swords inverted. There's the two cards that come out. And then the Ten of Wands. So I'll keep those three up for sure. But with that being said, the Ten of Pentacles inverted, the Ace of Swords inverted, and the Ten of Wands inverted. It's like, why are you thinking so bad? Why is it that when you release burdens that you start to think that everything's falling apart? What makes you get so comfortable in releasing things that you don't really want? Well, excuse me, what makes you so comfortable in the things that you don't really want that when you do release them, you feel as if your foundation is falling? What's behind that? You try to get away from these places, people, things, and you're like, okay, These things had things that were bad for me and good for me, and I'm releasing them with love and blah blah blah. Why do you still feel as if there's something wrong? How are you moving? What imprint has those things left on you that's keeping you from moving forward? You can change your location, but be in the same cycle. You can change your location, but have the same phone number, basically, is what I'm trying to say there. So, why aren't you changing your number? Why aren't you changing your code? Why aren't you changing how you see things around you? Why do you still feel as if one direction is worse or better than the other when they're both the same, just with different aspects of yourself? There's not really a wrong decision. There's just a point of pleasure that you reach, that once you reach it, you either throw it away or continue down that path. So, ask yourself these things really. These are the keys that people want. You can't beat around the bush with these things, which a lot of readers do. They say, "Oh, I'm here to help you heal." No, you're not. You made me laugh, you made me cry, you give me information, but you're not telling me the full truth. You're telling me about actions that I might not have known about that then I find out were true. But what's the truth? And it's because they keep eggshelling. They keep walking around things like, "Oh, y'all are still healing." Yeah, everyone's gonna still be healing. The wounds I have from my surgery that happened in 2019, I'm still healing from. I still got the wounds. They look like the one on my belly button. Up until last year, it looked fresh as hell. Still, that shit takes a while to heal. And yeah, I've put lotion and done all the techniques. It just takes a while to heal. That's just how it is. And those techniques still, that lotion, the skin moisturizers and whatever, the stretch mark removers and stuff, that's your Reiki, your tarot readings, your Secum, all these things. They're just there to make it a little bit easier. Yes, they do the job, and yes, they clear things out. Yes, it makes it smoother, but it relies upon you at the end of the day. So don't think that people that you see like, oh, we're your saviors or whatever. We're just there to bring light to what you already know, light to things that you've allowed to build up with the Sun and the King of Wands, excuse me. But it's about taking that integrity back of your life so you can move the way that you need to, so you can do the things that you need, rather than being in this Cain energy. And I should say be able to do these things, but you are already more than able to do them. It's just you don't think you can. So you're stuck in the curse of Cain. And then there's the King of Swords inverted. You know how I just said King of Swords, and there it comes out. There's that magic trick happening again. But it's not even the downplay. It's not even to say, what the hell? I don't want one of my readings playing. I wanted the fucking what? I don't want one of my readings playing in the background. I wanted meditation music in the background. The fuck. Anyway, I said, "There's that magic trick again." They said, "Yeah, now watch yourself." We love how they play. Um, but really, when will you decide to stop seeing that what you've been trying to build up will actually help you rather than deter you? Why spend so much focusing on the pessimistic rather than the negative? And then that don't make sense to people either, but pessimism is what we don't need. If your car battery did not have a negative side to it, it would not fucking run. It would not work. I hate to tell you. So you all want to get rid of negativity? It's not going to work. That's why you can't. It's the receiving, and your positivity is the outgoing. So again, what's keeping you pessimistic instead of optimistic. And optimism isn't like willy-nilly blah blah blah. Optimism is knowing that things might not work but still doing them, and the action of that they can. Pessimism is knowing things might not work and just doing everything in your power to either not do it or not make it work. So it's a whole thing. When are you as a soul going to mature and see these things? When are you going to make the change to rewire yourself so that you can see what you're actually doing? And this is, again, this is what puts me leagues above any reader on this damn platform. They don't talk like this. They don't have this. They might, oh, I know about it, then why aren't you talking like it? Why are you still saying certain words, trigger words that keep people held back? I'm not trying to say that y'all are not doing anything good. I'm just pointing out, if you know better, then do better. That's all. But people can't do that. People have a hard time doing that because you're hooked on something from the past still. You're hooked on a way of being, on, oh, but the collective, what collective? The collective of who? Oh, the collective of Earth Angels. Collective of Earth Angels involves demons. So who? Or is it just a collective of demons? You're just collecting everyone's demons? So you're just roundhousing them and putting them in a box? You're not really trying to get rid of them? You're just holding on to them and you're in a bottle? Okay. Sure. What is that doing? And then they don't want to answer anymore. They don't want to talk anymore because you're just trying to poke holes in my boat. No, I'm trying to see why you have these many holes in your boat and why you think everything's fine in your sinking boat. But okay, I guess you can slowly drown. Bye. That's why I don't talk to them. And that's really why you don't see me doing half the shit other readers do. Or why I don't want any any reader's videos being posted in my comment section. They are not doing what I'm doing here. And they will never be able to do what I'm doing here until they make that change. Simple as. If y'all really want to heal and really want to be free, I would take notes. I would take notes. I would rewatch this. I would again use what you have, the resources in front of you. Listen to the words that are spoken and don't just hear them and move on with your life. Because trust me, if you have an hour's time to watch one of my readings, you definitely have an hour that you could fill in with anything else. You have an hour that you could fill in watching other videos on my channel, or you have an hour that you could spend outside, or all these other things, or work on your crafts, or you could do them at the same damn time. But how are you restricting yourself? That's the one thing you gotta look at wholly and fully. It's how you are restricting yourself so that you can wake up from your dreams, from this nightmare that you call a dream, because you don't really agree with everything in your dream. So some of it's a nightmare, some of it's a paralysis because you don't feel like you can move, and the other half of it is a dream. But why is it so scattered? Why are you so scattered? It's that same reflection point. But I'm gonna pull one more card. I'm gonna dip out. With the Queen of Wands, I had a feeling it was gonna be that too. But the Queen of Wands is here. Just remember that you do have control. But it's up to you to figure out when. You know. How are you gonna start that living fire back up in your body? How are you gonna rebuild the fireplace around that fire to keep it steady? And how are you gonna fuel that fire so that it doesn't burn out or overexpand itself or need fanned? A fire is self-sufficient, is it not? Once it burns until it needs not. Because a fire can burn forever and ever. If it's built right, that shit will not go out. So it's improper building that keeps you kind of held back. And you just gotta look at that. You know, people can do whatever they want, but what do you want to do? Because you're not people. You're yourself. You're three things within one body. You're me, myself, and I. But you're so focused on you and yourself that you kind of forget about the whole aspect of me, who comes before myself. Who you are is yourself. That's your feminine. Your me, that's your masculine. And your I is your ego. Your I is what makes things rational or irrational. Your I is how you see. Your I is your sight, your senses, your however you want to say it. So you just gotta really think about that. Why are you leaving an aspect of yourself out? How do you bring it back into yourself? And what does it want? Because it left for a reason. It left because it wasn't being paid attention to. It went back to go taking care of itself. Because it doesn't need anyone to take care of it. It just wants to cooperate with you and yourself. Anyway, that's what this is about. I don't know what you would have thought this was about. It might have started off similar like you normally think. Because everyone gets, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. You're gonna hop in the same bed, but you don't have it's the same experience every night. So I don't know if y'all thought this was gonna be how it was, but it's what was needed instead of what was thought was needed. Regardless, I love you all. Tenfold and forevermore. Everything you need is in the description. I love you all tenfold and forever and forevermore. Peace in the Lamb. It is truly wonderful. And I'll see you later.